Hey everyone, I'm Scott Brick. Welcome to Podium's Narrator Spotlight. Apparently, I am this month's spotlighted narrator. So they've sent me a list of questions to answer. Let's get started. Hope you enjoy it. Off we go. The first question. What's one of your superstitions? I am probably the least superstitious man alive. I step on cracks in the sidewalk all the time. I don't throw salt over my shoulder. Black cat walks across my path. I don't care. I avoid it only because I'm more of a dog person, and cats have always kind of scratched me. Don't get it. I say the word Macbeth in front of my fellow actors all the time, and it really freaks them out. They're like, "Ooh, Mickey B." I'm like, guys, please, really? If somebody's toasting and all I have is water, then I'll toast because I know what it's based on. It's, the river in Styx, and just old story. And I'm like, it's okay. I think we'll be fine. What do you recommend? Question number 2. What do you recommend everyone do at least once? I could say generally, especially if you haven't traveled outside of the US, do so. But specifically, I would say go to Iceland. It's the best thing I've ever done. I didn't even own a passport until 2010, which is about the same for 80% of Americans, which is sad, frankly. There's so much to see out there. And the best thing I ever did was start traveling. I went to Rome first, then London, Australia. I went to Cabo. I've been trying to make up for lost time. And that trip to Iceland was extraordinary. So, and it's so easy to get there. Oh my God, the things you will see. I envy you if you've never been there, going for the first time. So question number 3, if you were an inanimate object, what would you be and why? Which is tough. My first thought would be a Christmas tree, because I love Christmas. Christmas is my love language. And the idea of being in the presence of ornaments and decoration and holiday cheer all the time sounds fun, but trees only live so long. And if I was a plastic tree, So instead, or maybe a tie, I would say I would be my favorite book. Whatever your favorite book is, you'll know what I mean. I like the idea that I would give so much to so many people, and especially the same person that comes back, he or she comes back and reads it over and over and over. I love that idea of legacy and sharing. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Question number 4, what is the one skill you think everyone should have? Okay, I think everybody should learn how to cook or how to bake. Personally, I'm a baker, not a cook, but I have had people over to my house last minute, just show up out of the blue and, oh, hey, how nice to see you. My partner would go off and say, can entertain them for a few moments. And, she typically will come up with the meal. I'll entertain while she's doing that. And then as things are progressing, I go into the kitchen and I've got something. I can make a baked pear in an hour and 15 minutes, put it on a piece of puff pastry, add some confectioner's sugar. It takes about an hour and 15 minutes, but only about 10 minutes of prep, only about 10 minutes of actual kitchen time. And, the rest of the time I'm with my unexpected guests. And hospitality means the world to me. And I love it when people are able to show it even last minute. So even aside from the health benefits of learning how to cook or how to bake, I think it's a wonderful thing to help you offer hospitality. All right, so moving on. Number 5, what is the most beautiful place you've ever been? Well, I think I answered that question. Iceland. And, most people go to Reykjavik. I totally understand it. But Akureyri, is in the north, is on the northern edge, and that's only about 20 kilometers from the Arctic Circle. Go whale watching there sometime. The fjords are extraordinary, and it is the only. It's not in Akureyri, but it's elsewhere in Iceland. It is the only place on Earth where two tectonic plates meet above ground, and you can walk between them. It's extraordinary. It's about a mile long, and you just do this hike. There's another place very close by where they have more waterfalls than any place else on Earth, and they have a place nearby there where there's a waterfall larger than Niagara Falls, and it falls over a tectonic plate. It's extraordinary. Best thing I ever did. So go and do likewise. What would be the theme song of your life? Wow. Well, okay, my last name is Brick, so people always sing Brick House. But you know, I like to think I'm Maite Maite, but I think instead I'm going to go for an oldie from the Great American Songbook from the 1930s, I think. It was Love in Bloom, which was Jack Benny's theme song. And I always thought, wow, if I was ever on Letterman, you know, Paul Schaefer used to play people out when they were introduced. He would do something thematic for them, and I always thought, wouldn't it be cool if I went out there and he played Love in Bloom? Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Jack Benny. And amazingly, yeah, just yesterday, Jack Benny's granddaughter reached out to me out of the blue. She heard me talk about Jack's radio show, and she's in town. Just reached out to chat, and I'm like, I can't believe my favorite comedian's granddaughter is talking to me. So yes, for that reason alone, I would make my theme song Love in Bloom. Number 7, who would you pick to narrate your autobiography? I mean, other than me, maybe Simon Vance. The Brits always get the good jobs anyway. To be honest, the person I would want to do my autobiography isn't here anymore. One of my favorite actors of all time, Jose Ferrer, or his son, Miguel. Jose, of course, played Cyrano back, won the Oscar in 1950. Miguel played Albert in Twin Peaks and so many other memorable roles, but sadly they both passed. Miguel, far too young. Yeah, they were extraordinary. If I was able to, I would have asked them to narrate it in a heartbeat. Okay, moving on to question number 8. When are you happiest? I can tell you this, where I am happiest is right where I am now. This is my office, kind of my library as well. And I've got a recliner chair right over here. I've got a year-round Christmas tree right over here. And as we've already discussed, Christmas is my love language. I can sit in this chair, look at that tree, and read one of these books. I've got a huge library of stuff about old Hollywood, and especially silent film era. And I am in, this is my happy place. And when I wake up early, I come in here and I crack open a book about biography of somebody I don't know about yet, or an era that I don't know enough about yet. So yeah, I think that's when I'm happiest, when I can just chill and learn something new about something that means a lot to me. Number 9, what TV show, movie, or game just never gets old? Well, come on. I mean, look, I'm wearing a shirt from the Humphrey Bogart Film Festival, right? Of course, I'm going to go with Casablanca. It is number 1 on my Desert Island Disc collection. I've seen it over and over and over, and I cry every single time. I've narrated books about the making of Casablanca. Met the author. She's a dear woman, dear sweet woman. She's in her early 90s, and God, she interviewed everybody, and that story never gets old. It's the greatest movie ever made. Yeah, I can watch that over and over, and I often do. So the last question, we come down to 10 out of 10 here. What's the best compliment you've ever received? So it takes some explaining. I do the Dune series. and as a result have become friends with Brian Herbert, who's the son of Frank Herbert, who created Dune. Go see the movie, everybody. And I have been curating this audio glossary for 20 years now, across about 25 volumes. And it's every crazy made up word that's ever been in any Dune novel. And I think the first volume had something like 500 words, and we're up to over 2,000 now. And I was talking with Brian, and I told him, the extent to which I go, and I record him saying it, and then I type it out phonetically, and I put it in a cross-referenced Excel spreadsheet. And he said, Scott, I'm staggered by the amount of work that you do on this series. I just want you to know, you've become a pillar of the Dune universe. And I was so staggered, and of course I didn't say anything, I was pausing. And into that pause, as I'm going, what did he just say? I'm a pillar of the Dune universe? He said, and just remember that Muad'Dib, the main character, Paul Atreides, his personal name that he uses among his own tribe is Usul. And in the language of Dune, Usul means pillar. And I got all teary-eyed and I said, Brian, I feel like you just dubbed me with a sword. That was, that was an extraordinary moment. So yes, that would be my best compliment I've ever received. Hope this was fun. I really thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening, everybody, and thank you to especially to Kyle and to Emily at Podium for choosing me. I can't wait to see that artwork. My friend Ray has had that done. My friend Simon has had that done. Can't wait to see. I don't know if my face is really going to lend itself to that very well, but fingers crossed. Thanks for listening, everyone. Take care.